Erev Tov, everyone. I just want to mention that there's a very poor family that I have dealt with over the years, and one of their sons is becoming bar mitzvah, and they literally don't have the money for tune. So I'm trying to put together money to buy a new pair of tunes for the bar mitzvah boy. And he's a boy that will wear the tune. So if you want to help me, I'll appreciate it. This week's Parsha of Vayakel, Rashi is very sparse because it's basically a repetition of Truma and Tetzaveh. There's only one place where, except for the opening section about Shabbat, but there's one place where Rashi mentions something. It says, Vayas Bezalel es Oram. Bezalel made the Oram. So the question arises, why does the Torah say by the Oram that Bezalel made everything? So why, but only by the Oram do we find that his name is mentioned and that he is deemed to be the craftsman that created it? So Rashi says simply, Lefi shemosar nafsho olav nikra l'shmo. Because he was Moser Nefesh, he gave over his soul for the Oram, so it's called on his name. So if we think about it, that Rashi really begs the question again. And the other artifacts that he created, he was not Moser Nefesh. He didn't have the same kavana. He did it haphazardly. So again, why does it say his name here? And what does Rashi mean? Lefi shemosar nafsho olav. So first, there's a general idea that we should, I think, deal with. And we say when a person is Moser Nefesh, we really mean he's Moser Guf. He's willing to die for a cause. What is Moser Nefesh? He gives over his soul. So the Gaon of Vilna and others all explain that the Nefesh or Adam, a person's soul, is his identity. We all know that you have to have a Tudat Zayut. Without the numbered, you can't get into anything. And furthermore, in the world of communications today, everybody needs password. It needs an identity. Otherwise, you're locked out of it. So the Gaon says that when a person is Moser Nefesh, it means that becomes his identity. If you ask him what is his inner self, So then, by Bezalel, that was the Orem. And then you can't ask why wasn't anything else, because you only have one inner identity. If you have more, you're schizophrenic. But there's a deeper understanding that the Meforshim add to this. And that is the relationship of every individual Jew to Torah is different. Everybody has their own path. That's true as far as learning Torah and understanding Torah and appreciating the lessons of Torah. In the yeshiva world, there are yeshivas that have favorite masechtas. Those are the ones that they study, because that's their inner essence. That's what they identify with. That's what creates within them the spirit of Torah. So even though the Torah is enormously broad and it covers every possible soul within the Jewish people, everyone has their own path. In the study of Torah, in the support of Torah, in the appreciation of Torah, how one relates to it. And that's what we say in our prayers. We're saying, Chelkeinu b'Torah Sech. Give us our share, what's mine in your Torah. Chazal say that the number of letters in the Torah somehow corresponds to the number of Jews, number of souls, the whole literature regarding how do you come to such a statement. But that's what they say, because it's my share. It belongs to me. And therefore, that becomes, again, the inner essence. That's the pursuit of that inner essence. That's what makes the difference for the person. So the Torah said that when Bezalel made the Mishkan, his inner essence was the Luchos in the Torah. That's what he saw as the purpose of the Mishkan. The Mishkan has many purposes. It's prayer, it's sacrifices, it's forgiveness, it's splendor, it's everything. But for Bezalel, it was Torah. That was his identity with it. And that throughout the ages, therefore, we find so many different paths and different ways to arrive at Torah. And which parts of Torah we feel we can identify with, especially speaks to my soul. So Rashi points that out. That's what Rashi means here. Bezalel's soul was found in the Oren, in the Luchos, in the Torah itself. That's what his identity was. And therefore, the Torah mentions his name here. So even though he's the great craftsman that creates all of the artifacts of the Mishnah, and that everything can be called on his name, if you wanted to know Bezalel, so then Bezalel was the Urim. That's how you have to deal with it. And that's what the Medrash means, that why he was called Bezalel, Bezalel, the shadow of God, so to speak. Because the relationship that people, each of us has, the Torah, it brings us into the shadow, the influence, Kavayachal of the Rebbe Shalom himself. Because the Torah is identified with God. That's what the Gemara says, Yisrael ve'oraisa chadu. The Jewish people in the Torah, the Rebbe Shalom are all one. Because that's our essence. And that's what speaks to our soul. Well, many times in life, people spend their entire lives looking for themselves. But the Torah itself says that one has to search within oneself to see one's relationship to Torah. And in that relationship, one finds one's own nefesh, one finds one's own soul. That's a deep thought that the Mefarshim left us when they discussed Bezalel and the Oren and the Luchas. Rabbi Hananya ben Akash Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakas Yisrael V'ficha Chiyuv Lahem Torah Mitzvah Sinema Rimach Chavei Siman Sitko Rambu Kol Olam